Hey everyone, it's been over 2 minutes and I haven't been raped yet. But I got more than one reason to celebrate. Hi, I'm Diana Davison, and I'm happy to announce that the most insanely feminist verdict ever written in the history of a sexual assault trial, that is the case of R versus Ururyar in Canada, was overturned this week. Yay! And it was exposed as incoherent by the appeal judge. But there's a few problems with this. First of all, anyone who has any understanding of the law knew that this verdict was going to be overturned. And yet our Crown prosecutor, Crown in Canada, the prosecutor decided that they were going to fight Mustafa Ururyar's bail pending appeal, and that they were going to fight the appeal itself. Not only should they not have fought the appeal, but they shouldn't be going forward with a retrial. We don't know yet if they will. But all of this activity smells a little fishy to me. Speaking of which, the accuser, Mandi Gray, has her own problems with the trial. Namely, she was accused by defense of having the sexual appeal of a dead fish. Outside of the courthouse, Ms. Gray had this to say. I'm just saying. Now, don't just take my word for it. I've done a few videos below with some links and according to the transcripts of what transpired in this trial, and I absolutely think that the Crown, the prosecutors, must #drop the charges in this case if they want public confidence. It's time for them to stand up to activists demanding that we undermine the principles of our legal system. So, for those who aren't aware of the case, I'll give you a couple of quotes from the verdict in the appeal. First of all, there was a text from Mandi Gray to the accused in which she asked him, despite him feeling ill, to join her at a bar and have quote-unquote hot sex with her later. The judge in the trial thought that this invitation made it more likely that the accused would rape her because she put the idea into his head. Second, the problem for the complainant wasn't the text itself, it's that she deleted it and then told police that the accused had just shown up at the bar by surprise. Third, the judge reasoned backwards, acknowledging that in trial, Mustafa's behavior seemed non-predatory, but the judge, because he's feminist, knew that non-predatory behavior was a tactic of rapists. Therefore, he figured Mustafa's appearance of innocence was a ruse being used by a clever rapist. So why would a prosecutor go forward with a retrial on a case like this? The answer is political pressure. Well, let me show you what just happened in New Orleans, down in the US of A, when a person lying about rape but using political pressure met a DA who didn't like being told how to do his job. Meet Kristen Crain.
Hey you guys,
Gosh, she seems sweet, doesn't she?
and I'm glad that I can ruin your life just a little bit. And I'm not done.
Oh, Jesus.
And what I have to say to Candace Arrow
She's talking about the prosecutor there.
is what a horrible, horrible human being you are. What a terrible, soulless person you are. To be able to look at that case with all of the evidence in front of you.
Oh, what was the evidence?
That makes me sick, just like your tiny, framed... Oh, you little man.
I don't really know where she was going there. Tiny, framed... Put your guesses in the comments below. Meanwhile, the legal analyst in the news frames the problem correctly.
I think her big problem was that the things she said to you all, the things she said to the police, and the things she said maybe to a third entity weren't all the same thing. So it was conflicting statements. Which one is, were you lying then? This is the favorite saying of every defense attorney. Were you lying then, or are you lying now? Because we know you're a liar, but ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you got to believe her beyond a reasonable doubt. That's an unwinnable case, and that's why the DA's office couldn't and didn't accept it.
Now here's what the Assistant DA had to say in this case. Assistant District Attorney Christopher Bowman, spokesman for Canizaro's office, said the District Attorney's office accepts approximately 80% of the sexual assault cases brought to it by the NOPD for prosecution. Unfortunately, in this case, there was not sufficient evidence to institute charges. Now, Bowman, he's not really intimidated by publicity stunts. In fact, dude's got memes that border on dank. And here, stunningly, is what the accused's lawyer had to say on his behalf. It's a great statement. Brayman's attorney, Bill Goodwin, responded to the decision with a statement that said, "On behalf of Billy Brayman and his family, I wish to thank Mr. Canizaro's office for its professionalism, thoroughness, and detachment from the hysteria involved in this case. Billy Brayman has always maintained his innocence. As a former prosecutor, I am aware of the media pressure a case like this puts on the district attorney, and I applaud the restraint employed here. And furthermore, if this case had gone forward, we would prove in court that virtually everything the complaining witness said in her many statements was untrue. People seem to believe that in this narcissistic social media age, accusations can be made with impunity. They are mistaken." And that is the problem in the case against Mustafa Ururyar: narcissistic rage and the prosecutors who enable it. Sign the petition below to stop this case from going further. The complainant, Mandi Gray, has shown nothing but contempt for the legal system. We are descending into vigilante rule. Mandi Gray isn't after justice. She's just slapping civilization in the face with a dead fish.